Episode for a higher juicy news. Mema Obibia Aquaba. I had the latest hot nkwa enamede bramo. Anunti so we subscribe to channel dia bomodia share over subscribe. The over the share over click the subscribe button no. Na wa barely notification. We understand new video be upload no. When the first person what's ebeka sa video. Afi we are na wa like video no give us a thumbs up na fi share na or for so na when you be and share na wo and someone ekoso e wo Ghana memo adam afi yebura ye and someone ababeto yepono so mumayitie eye sankomo ya ababeto jai sanse me ekoso mumayitie inti ekoso
the beba na beba but with this Kennedy Anas issue yanyina ni baby start free and so we tin someone na started Kennedy Agyapong kind of evidence na some of us were hoping that by now the so-called evidence now was Anas a criminal wa kuni pano wa ye no
right
cause our evidence na babontin and up to now ye nyam bi Alaska issue no again political prominence when a court e Ghana has say with the famous defamation case a course so
that's right
and sa asem course no we Anas court no bo Anas for and some that utie judge na otena case na nim no really not the buy no some emotional comment be or church shame I think that the Supreme Court judge ankasa condemn that particular way say nsem na o kan ye no ye nsem a ye fan saying and this judge a kasa asem na courtroom
as if so ni Anas was
exactly I don't know okwatena bia ba ba bi na wonom o we na fa wani so asa ansem hunu no ho na ye ka no ye ntena court dem and use the court as an avenue to settle personal and emotional score you have with somebody because the wedding and or crafty in the judgment you cannot just say he'll be a terrorist based on what you understand, but he said all this thing in a ruling so clearly give you a certain notion he said he has some personal vendor to be scores to be against Anas because don't forget that the same Anas in the past exposure exposure no echi judge for mpanimfo mu okroma ebinumu jimponchen ebinumu na ma eda so within the judicial fraternity in Ghana Alaska there is this fracture Anas akoso to the reputation of the entire judicial way so there are this your friend is saying nema esha manfo mu and that is one of those things demonstrated here in the ruling because however Anas be fair in that judicial proceedings. They say, for Krana, you don't use that unprintable words as a judge in your ruling to describe a journalist. As a journalist, answer na Akufo Addo buying air power. A buying na Kennedy Agyapong can campaign no moyema Ghana for no. They use the same Anas principle to approach Ghanaians.
Very well.
In their bid to fight corruption. Say, yaba. We will employ the Anas principle. Anas principle no be any said the city Alaska. Anas principle on ma would them maybe say na e ban say na we are there no. Na why na man bi. Ni operation obi anim how of us operate. And Akufo Addo knew, the MPP government knew. But eba ya ODBD or mono. Then
and the principle no chain no
the principle no chief president chain as for and Yakobo Kennedy Agyapong pa ono na kan
that's right
say he was hired by government say ono na no den onko kansem and otuguma so Alaska issue no could be a US and then so babontia Anas nso adibem so within the media space there is this
Anas a default on that issue in Ghana
na wakodi bem
a US.
Yes.
So what is it to you this judiciary way no US and Ghana?
Alaska we in problems with our judiciary in Ghana. Never ho. But with this particular way, let me explain few things about Ghana for better say.
Okay.
Alaska, the same case of the same equivalence. Ebetimi si. Ye bedi wo Ghana ha, ubedi for. Yabukwa did the same case US ubedibem. It's possible.
Really?
Oh yes, it's possible because we are talking about two different jurisdictions. Two different jurisdictions. obia mra so far as your friend say defamation is concerned no totally different. There are similarities because my culture says so and most of the international agreements na ya sign no sa abrofo no ba ha de omunyuma ba ha ya they don't want to say asem no ba e be kwa court because even though you know practice democracy but within oman no mu no na differences e wo mra no kakra bi so if you are not careful na say wo ka say you use oman no adjudicatory process na yen settle whenever there is this way misunderstanding and am say when you well versed with the local laws you know who ebia na nkoyi ma so abrofo no the investment but most of them prefer international laws.
Okay.
And they are standard practice yede anything na Ghana for you sign contract near abrogate obeti you say you call arbitration
but if you say standard laws it might be applicable to all nations or
yes they are standard way established to either and no you need changes bia unlike this defamation way because Ghana has say no say your case your friend say o charge obi for your friend say defamation there are certain conditions that must be satisfied.
Okay.
And those conditions they are slightly the same but a bit different. And if you go US state by state obia na mra because US the law on defamation is based on state laws and a bit of constitutional principles. Okay. So it is the US First Amendment and regulate this issue of contempt and as a form. But by Ghana has said na say contempt. There are certain the burden of proof lie on whoever are or allege and the prosecutor to prove that indeed this basic element akoso one Alaska nipa no yes ya ye we na asem na okan no hwan na teye se me no kwhye dem na me gu anim ase a won't even see me for contempt.
Okay.
Because answer na obetime see obi for contempt there must be a third person,
a third party
we publish it for the person to know say nsem na okan no wate. And again nipa na ye ka asem na kire no he should be a reasonable person of society na dwi mu da ho asem na okan no because uko jina bodamfo school na me ko di whatever bodamfo mu a Alaska uko see me enko ba bia
nipa no cross o ti aso ye bodamfo
they are not right thinking people of society abetimi de omojina ho aka asem. So you see and uko US Alaska defamation case ya wo nipa or public person and your private person so obi a very popular like the US president and conditions are you need to satisfy and sana watimi awene your friend is saying defamation is different from a private person.
Okay.
For instance US president na samba obi akabi so unless say comment now be making is motivated by malice or being reckless who kose no and yes sir sometimes you are protected in your defense in the Friday be fair comment and as a personal opinion on public issues.
So when you can't win that case against.
No. Okay. You can't win. And your friend say asem na wo kan Ghana say you need to know asem na wo kan enya no kre. Your force can say what bo team na wo kan. And your friend is saying asem na wo kan so egu nipa nanim as ni reputation. And I say answer na be reputation ube lower in the eyes of people those people must be right thinking men of society.
Okay.
And I'm catch say okwa abodamfo school na me no kojino na ye ko e wa abodamfo na me gu anim ase even though nipa o ho ba the question is they are not right thinking men of society. Is that no fan come bia what I say now say. So I think that these minor differences I'm not saying that is what happened in last case but matisa amanfo can say because we are winning I'm saying that it's possible so the same case ubetime di no ha ebe kwa ma we the same case ubetama call another jurisdiction.
I'm only serious because but this is that somebody just sent a message from UK say I've a reference in it to say anybody winning wahano ne wakasa ba bodamfo but US no obi adwumu da ho. That is it.
But that is not what I'm saying.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. So I'm saying all this just to in average jurisdiction.
So that you understand.
So people to and this thing is not applicable to this case. I'm just making a general comment. Before I come to announce the way, no, I'm making a general statement that because in every jurisdiction, conditions that must be satisfied to establish case of defamation, you know, in every state, biano, even in the US, every state. Okay. Because conditions that must be satisfied in maybe California is conditions different from Alaska or any other state. Good. There are slightly different. Ghana and follow common law. So most of our defamation will establish.
Let's dive into that the issue.
So Anas in the way case na cause no. Yes, your friends say baby of no France ascendom Bill Gates. So we can't say no a cab fee.
That's right.
And court wa buagu ni so. And Alaska say wutie said and some Lucy course so. Na kwan rule ni fa so babonten. Now we share kwan judge your okro fast so handle the same issue. The ruling now or the buy, you know. Na and some the wedding, na kwan fast and some or can ya. And I generated whole lot of controversy. Good. Because the judge painted Anas say, just so criminal dear. So people were hoping to see say the extent of criminality that was projected in the ruling here in Ghana, no, at least a certain degree must reflect in American situation. But Alaska, two opposite things. That is why Manfoka said, there is a problem. So what's the argument?
Appointed judges.
Yeah, appointed judges. Maybe yes. Because a been seen the history of this country that said Judge Becca said, Obia, your friends also then something terrorist.
Oh yeah, or you shoot that
yes, investigative investigative terrorists. There's an unprintable words. So in terms of criminal ladder, no, what project announce to WMO or your criminal so be mad. So the same case in all time they call US, even though the basic laws, no, are a bit different in terms of establishing case of defamation and so forth. I'm saying, say, Anas Aremeyaw 20 to Ghana, and you expect at least in Kobelo back to Aremeyaw 3. But Alaska, where you to form the Edna which means there is no way why establish. So that will give people concern. Then people will zoom in to the nature of the judiciary. Exactly. And yet, here you in problems in that. How our politics, IT so deep. Don't forget to say, Anas was going against political establishment. Corruption was so deeply entrenched in everything that they did. And it's over here, there was consensus among government officials and people.
But don't forget, sir, in 2016, Anas exposing Ebwa MPP Mahamadu Bawumia.
Oh, Nanas and I say I don't know more found.
When we use that Bass principle, Anas principle.
That's right. See, I didn't start a conversation. I started free or no. And you know, Alaska. Oba ya de na chi omuwie ye no na krono no so nya de se na ndio na eye akwasa wo hwe seasonal movie episode 1 episode 2 sometime episode 1 kwa wo hwe wie na 2 aba. So obviously Anas will not be your friend.
No
Anas will not be your friend. No. So they devise a strategy, say okay, if that is the case yen say no, let us whitewash Anas.
Touch on his credibility.
Yes. So the hatchet man they employed for that agenda are Kennedy Agyapong. Because on the timid matter so and he said it.
I see don't people.
Bill Gates on the bit me and on no kai or see about the pa and I high and say on ye and no kwaje to no say me ye. Until some no dey so kan guma So another day Anas na a revered name when it comes to your fight against corruption, you know.
Yeah, destroy no.
They destroy him. The reputation. Anas was demonized, they insulted, no, just say, oh, in some ways, you company power. And this is someone who can say, when it gets to investigative journalism, in recent time, Anas is nothing to talk about within this your friends at jurisdiction because Kennedy Agyapong, Pana, ya born, no, what me ya ye, I'm making sure, say, with the help of some few people within the media, no, so no, the Anas concept has been trashed. And I yet there. So you come back to ask yourselves, Alaska. A buying our jet one who sell Baba Boy, am I fight corruption? So we will be away and now I just saw about Chronoa. Akufo Addo buying the baby tina because yeah, Bano. ye use Anas principle because Anas principle no aye your friends a time tested principle ebetimi aboa me fight corruption but Anas principle no bechi aban no Anas is the enemy now aye nim dia course okroma to the stand say abrantia one ne ye adwuma aye Ahmed Suale Alaska
Tiawe mami for the sake of your listeners.
The man might be something because of MPP. Senior party for no ACAU. No match one London Amity and Garcia. And then I catch them. Only call because the shop I do a map Tommy Predino. Not the way MPP for person treated in one. Copium. It is a nice case bad and paying for a video. And a who said, I tell a woman a big woman must almost see any papa minute and I couldn't run and I'm in a short call radio station to go and defend the party. A real Siano, he a Kumanima saw parliament in Yabafra, in Copium, the Catchram of play, in Copium, or what MPP party headquarters, Equally Minister Biano, Samina Empire, or the track of parliament. So, Baba, the man might be something copium because of MPP. Senior party for no ACAU.
Right, and the reference Ivan making, and yes, Oboni team, and this is the voice. Ivan, I hope I've given you.
And this is the character people were pushing, say he should be president.
And His Excellency Kennedy Agyapong.
Yes, Martin 2028 Alaska.
So was this voice you were referring to?
Yes, he was hired by the party. Say employ every possible means to ensure so you destroy this guy, his reputation. And as I say, or any part any Obian Kasana say angel. Methods in the process or cannot be crowding and as forth, but to certain extent he was giving people results and process America most of some of the major operations they use some of these, yes operations to unravel it. I can't just say corruption ye new market baby corruption over Toby and something that is done in the dark, so you need to go dark to unravel it, and that is what he's doing. It's very dangerous, you understand? And Alaska, that is whole thing. So Kennedy Agyapong and a kwaje contract. A contract or kwaje one kwaje no kwa enam no so ama nipa wu. Abanti na say okoton picture man no. Ya che no.
That's right.
Na no anda we ya che no.
Or did somewhere pio abanti did
some do can be because Alaska for somebody a MP to sit on radio na ka say abanti na wunim so investigative journalists. They don't show their faces, and it's not only in Ghana to put his picture no Alaska. You see okokot e fra dey be motive ben or nipa no not try to conceal his identity because of what he does no who project anya ba bia mfa ni picture anto wo be to social media say omo che na omo no say uhu no anywhere near his premises premises no abrantia no to Medina abrantia na ameswale no to Medina. Medina nso na o radio station wo so the possibility of the boy crossing close high. Good. So to say if he comes close to your premises, Nina will feed into the motive. You see, I am on focus. I say on the one fear no fine, but you should know where the radio station is. And what Medina station so any place be able pass around Biano, are you close? And where the boy was killed, go and ask them whether it was close to the place and the radio no one. I said not. So you cannot wash your hand and say we need hand womb. Physically, ebi anya wona wo ye and na wa mo bi pa but wa no asem
all transfers
ne nsem akwatena TV so ko show ne picture kan ho bi all this wa ebi akro obi ami abrante no dada because nyuma no mo ye no betie nipa bebre na so omo pe no ba ebi na omo nim no dia wo ye no you gave them onu nie nti nsa ana meka no kasa bebre nti no Suale ebi akra onim ho hwe it's possible but na no asem na ya emotions ya nwini nti no you have provided incentive for obi or pebone adi
and am power di
and what did the bone and Alaska issue na kwa back and forth police file cry was cry na uko police we ya say no cry nya de ketewa but say na anu abrante no wa tu kwan yo ya say ade bi na sie na oba Ghana ento be si ya no mo che no so
but let me ask you, why is it that ye IGP we na de chia na ye che the software? Was it in the case na IGP former one was sitting on the case?
No, according to my sources there, yes a boy no they no oba Ghana. So maybe it could be coincidental. Yes. Because no sansem no see na o to free Medina so kokofo for so and o Ghana outside. So I think that day no was the day he was coming to Ghana. And I'm for picking intelligence or airport and I'm far no.
Wow.
So any damn parade and bet me about Beshia, but it could also be it could be also there is information then in the movie brain to be an there.
So the fact is that
Kennedy Agyapong in this particular issue.
I see the people gate.
Sikano dia o mo dia to no so no there's no billionaire there on there. I say we take cash in the menya so say anything na be kwatia so that aspect there yam ko Alaska.
I see omo akọ US be an Japan there wo no na omo aka some the way ato so. Enti omo yes ye ma me da wo ka but you
na say over there yes Anet here. Enti no but I think that he has the right to appeal into enya nduru say that time no bedru e dia that so can e dia ball you have right to appeal e bia we call appeal to overturn it maybe the scan so but whatever and I think that he's within that particular way by mere bedru na wanya ho hwe na say duru say ya enforce the judgment will be enforced basa and opantes could have beton kwame nkroma pense ye binum bi Kwaku Annan papa de nti say on ye we ma say ye san line ye ton mo ne ma hina nem pa nyina ye ton ye ton man form pa nyina ye de kotua and I think that these are some of the things we need to employ say we independent be sua nyansa
right.
So Alaska with Kennedy Agyapong issue no I think that a giveaway how the government failed us and the promise against grand corruption, you know, the government became the grand architect. So in that enclave, you know, Anas cannot survive. It's exactly why the entire state machinery went after him. They wanted to destroy him. But you see, this victory, they said Anas, I'm happy because it's not just about the money. You see, the reputational damage, you know, and the thing I very much concerned because according to the lawyers in the crowd, settlement, say they shouldn't even talk about money.
Okay.
He wanted the court to clear his name. How so much and dear so far as his reputation is concerned. So this money in India is just an advantage, keke. But a provusa indeed. And some now Akufo Addo are buying as a force so go branch and so that people will continue to do the comparison. And I'm saying that it's possible the same case you will win here and lose there. But the gravity in some judge now 10 so can yeah quite of us so project Anas, you know. Now the gentleman the same case Wabaye victorious in this case, you know, that should give you some kind of way to assume say the judiciary there is a problem. And Alaska is one of the recommendations we'll be making. Say we cannot just sit here and say change of government aba so the judiciary should just go. No, Alaska there are problems. I will Supreme Court. Some of the appointments that Akufo Addo did, people are still sitting there. A man for a parliamentary candidate that was failing in his constituency, President Atta no the Supreme Court judge, and there are several of them. Right. Are we saying that we are going to allow these people to sit? I think that the president settle down. He need to take his time and find a way of it to rebuild the confidence because that thing is no trust. Me that thing is people don't have confidence and Alaska injustice dispensation everywhere trust and confidence man for repose that is the most crucial thing.
For me, I won't sit here and pretend say me a legal brainy and I say luminary say be me war the okay some we can you know him say baby I grammar na me to masumo. But the technicalities in the Yamano, movie beyond my mentia, it's in Wemeko, the street law na ye nimu, the ye nimu abontin. The kindness say, Asamono, if he find Yababi do baby I agree. The Bian Penifo assembly of can say, Bribramba, Amanie, Emba. And sometimes, you know, on say, Uno Binya Samuna, more prewana, more chon, sometimes so popo in nature of Bibria, Jano. Jano no kwa pre obako to ne bema o baby Anna, you are saying me, I can say, me now the Yamia, men Kaushi. Nanso ye bu abonten a minje wo say ye yosa on say owura Kennedy Agyapong wagidin agentini ewo ensem keka ho ene abodin keka ne ensem akese ho waka dia for crofo bebre. And in Ghana, for instance, no ensem bebre a waka no afa no adi yentumi ntwe na boso yentumi nwe ne hwi okay say or attack judiciary na is it justice any bobi okay justice any case be a ko attack no it was a big deal and also omoye ensem no wan judiciary na kofa no hudi ye na me de me ya say politics ne yesi ya o. But in some way, at a child, the talent microphone, maybe so. One somebody go down or see some no kind, or see it was the spell of something like it just happened, but I know some more meaning, no near evidence, bia. They make an say it is a wound evidence, biana would near same bia. I don't know to me cast some ya the fan microphone, and you go who fisa. And it's the same thing as some of these things are okay in the past. So sometime be okoka asem bi fa Lodina Mahama ho osio all the appointments in yama bebre onu mu Lodina kura to me fire sika ono approving no yekowi ase a osio ono anere a obetimi akande ope ntuti mu se sade we akwakoye ni suban bi a ode ahye ne ho a time bia okeka asem no basa. And me, I encourage any youth, and as a baboon, and as a young person, me, I enter into politics. Say, ube muleti, part the way Kennedy Agyapong can semono. Sometimes on care, say, any factual, say, some no cano, if you want a basis be new, and slow ojdan and now so no, any no can ya. No, I can't go. Me dear, the Akakosi, and ya, they make us a me jubility about the bon powder. Say,
can be my botum,
Emba mi botum, and I mean, Coca say, ye di achere no, intino, ye the Yanko Ponce. A yon one Casana Jeje, Sabi on one, the best yomunans, so best yomunans and put ya. But a yon one Casana Samoa, because I same ways one conquer pass a mamma, San Casam be any one. And I'm a wa. San Quang pass and Casam be any one, man, once and all lawyers for best at 3, and the general. Obi change opinion wake away say nyon no koye ya na lawyers for between ho dawre e ma CCA ya kan ho nsem sa it's because of ono an nsem akwakoye intimidate sa judgment ya be there well you do know why me cause aka judgment because it ya me start say me can verdict to court ache they be say verdict aba me sum yes judgment ba me sum until say another be by a friend judgment different from what we have heard right now no the 18 million no and no one na yenim whether verdict no whether you say jury verdict whether judge whatever some technicality when people from people hope you apart from 18 million no assemble from your bench from you
but you see on say and even say so kind that until the court will adopt the verdict they cannot go after Kennedy Agyapong.
Whatever it is, at least unim on say indicting no. Let's focus on the indictment no. Right now
exactly.
No, where we are
exactly
it's indicted. It shows he's not credible.
Yes, that one.
That is let's focus on us. As some no see judgment in the paper. If I say judge, so whether he will enforce, he will endorse, admit or not admit, no. To see a baby a generation say, Papa no, na sembi obeke biano. Our can go nina so bia. Yes, I am.
Or just say the so-called 1 month mistrial.
That is not.
No, even the mistrial will not discount because the point is that the court proceedings, you know, so already content now. It's saying that the man himself acknowledged that he didn't have any evidence.
What
Oh, Makai in some no.
What kind of proceedings? Are you sure?
No, I have read. Say.
From where?
Oh, I read online.
No, it's not a matter of the judgment. It's not
I'm not talking about judgment. I'm saying that he himself admitted in court that he didn't have any evidence. Via some no kind. Only in so and no quiet enough. Tell me no jina sisi akase yo. Na ma ba be ka asem ya bi ato so. Na ubuafu na de mi ko jina court. Whether judgment or no judgment, na mi jina court enim ka say Mr. Mankan yi. Asem be mi o na
I agree with you. But you see, whatever Kennedy Agyapong is going through, say, oh, Kasa, you don't need to hold it. You don't need. You don't need to stretch it. You don't need to stretch it so much. Rather, you are a politician. The Wafamunu should be a lesson to those who have opportunity to speak publicly.
And also on cancer Kennedy Agyapong. And you advise to him, no, it's not a voice.
No, it's not a voice. I'm saying that he is a politician. Those statements Kennedy made, most of these statements is made on political platforms. Most of these statements, he also made them when he have access to microphone. Now, Kennedy pay. Say, let me tell you something. The NDC everybody should know. Everybody should be careful. Now, unless I have access to microphone, if I'm to speak something on Bobby, should be what I know, but not to tell you.
Yes,
oh no, me kind. I have not read the judgment. Me kind. I have not read it. I have not read it.
See, even the jury, cut them some slack. At least give them some respect. It's all go down.
Divine, listen to me. In Ghana, Kennedy Agyapong versus Anas. If you read the judgment and things that were said against Anas, you understand, the credibility of Anas cannot be tested anywhere when you read it. Now, the same Kennedy Agyapong versus Anas in the US, yes, the jury has come out with their verdict saying that, look, Kennedy, what you said was wrong. I have not read Minkai yet. If you ask Minkai, there is no judgment for me to make a say.
No, but
it's not about judgment.
We all agree that
yes, we
are waiting for the court to adapt.
But for the fact that
there's a verdict.
Let's discuss the verdict.
The verdict is the
so let's stay there.
I agree with you. We're on the same wavelength. I'm saying that for him to find himself at that level should be a lesson to all of us. Say, I've known Bobby for years. Bobby the betchen. But he will not allow you. That is what Kennedy finds himself. I'm not for Kennedy Agyapong. I didn't want to Ghana. Say, what Kennedy have said about politicians in Ghana.
Okay.
So be as your between our quota. But Obia Jan would your call the Jaw call. The Bepana Kennedy and can't far Akufo Addo. Then I Kennedy can't far John Mama. Then I Kennedy can't far Judge soon. But everybody was looking at him. Everybody was looking at him. Now, yes, somebody who really want to contest on the ticket of a political party. Look at the disgrace of the US. So I'm saying that it should be a warning. Say, oh, yeah, will be idea. Not back how. One day the person will react. But you see, whatever we do, Kennedy Agyapong is one of us. Let's wait and get the judgment and see what the judge will say about
it. So your interest is that Kennedy is one of your party.
I'm saying that Kennedy Agyapong, I have not mentioned party. Kennedy Agyapong, you're going to so I'm saying they are one of ours. Let's get them. Let them come and give them a welcome. Next time, please know your boundaries. If you want to say something about somebody, please be careful. I saw him on social media. The way cry your friend now or You see that? Yeah. Oh, watch it. When the case was mentioned, the way he stood up, you will see that it's a different environment altogether. It is a different environment altogether, and that's what I'm saying. That the way we talk as politicians, the way we talk, we must be very careful. And yes, sir, one day one of us will also find him or herself in such a disgraceful manner. I'm not here to speak for Kennedy Agyapong. I'm not backing him. Nyama ya okika. He may have his facts, but nyama ya okika no, you must have a second look at it.
Yo, it is for winning a somewhere about beto. Yep, so make out say so we subscribe to channel idea, but more than say over subscribe. Now, fee, well, like if video don't give us a thumbs up. Now, fee, share my or for so now when you be here now, somewhere across Ghana memoir. Also, wait me otchere wondering a fire and some way you know, comment box in Mobeti Mingabi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.